So someone wrote in and said, I was having sex with a sex worker and the condom broke. I pulled out immediately and I didn't ejaculate. So does that mean if she has HIV, I've contracted it already? But I was penetrating when it broke. I'm really concerned. I am here with Reid from readaboutsex.com.
Cathy Vartuli of the Intimacy Dojo is sitting directly to my left. Great question. Thank you for being really thoughtful about, noticing that the condom broke, withdrawing quickly, not ejaculating, all those things. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on television. I did play an evil male nurse in a soap opera a long time ago, and that is actually true. You can be exposed to something and not contract it. So you can,
If she had HIV, which...
Well, again, let's assume that this person does have HIV, the way that they shared it.
He said he didn't know.
Okay. So, again, and you do your own research, but this is how it breaks down. One, you can be exposed and not contract certain things. Two, you can go get tested.
You have to wait. There's a quick test and a longer test.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to share more?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go right ahead.
If it's something that's making you really nervous, you can get, there's a test I believe you can get after 2 weeks or a week, where it will tell, and the other one you have to wait up to 6 months to find out if you were exposed or contracted.
So here's what I would do, because what we're generally talking about right now is peace of mind, and a lot of people have anxiety about STIs and STDs. Go get tested just immediately, because that will, if you have the wherewithal to go get tested, and you can afford it, there's some testing services where you can get your test results back
really fast.
In 2 or 3 days. You can go to a free clinic and get tested, and they'll usually do a rapid HIV test, and so you'll know immediately whether you have HIV right then and there. So what can you do to take action to calm your brain? So you can establish immediately what your status is right now. Then there are, and you can do your own research because there's always new neat tests coming out, where you can take a test that can detect whether you have HIV, the antibodies and whatnot. I believe it is, yes, like a 2-week window. And then the traditional test, the way it used to be, was you wouldn't know for 6 months because the antibodies wouldn't show up enough for that particular kind of test. So this is where, for me, why I tell people get tested several times a year, because then if there is like this 6-month window, you're still getting tested a couple of times each year. So if you test positive for something, you know sooner than later. And also getting tested regularly, while it might be nerve-wracking, especially if you're going to a free clinic and it's going to take 2 weeks for them to get your results, that can be nerve-wracking. Once you've done that kind of thing for a couple of years, it might be nerve-wracking, but you're more used to that kind of nerve-wracking. So it's actually a little less nerve-wracking.
It's less scary.
When you say nerve-wracking several times, it starts to not sound like you're using the wrong phrase.
Yeah.
So these are the things to find out. The other thing you can do, depending on your relationship with the sex worker, is you can ask them to go get tested. Mm-hmm. So they can tell you what their status is.
Right. And just because someone's a sex worker doesn't mean they have HIV. It doesn't mean anything like that. And anytime a condom breaks, it might be useful to get tested. Like if you've been exposed, it may not be HIV, but you might be exposed to something else. Mm-hmm. So it's usually they call it a full panel, or there's 8 common types of STIs or STDs that you can get tested for. So just because someone's a sex worker doesn't mean they have anything in particular. Mm-hmm. But anytime you've been exposed, if that's a concern, it's good to get tested for the whole gamut.
So these are like the basic protocols or next action steps. And you're also trying to take care of your own like mental well-being around being nervous or anxious. odds are it's not the end of the world. Congratulations on being an adult and needing to put on your adulting pants and then go deal with STIs and that a condom broke.
And congratulations for using a condom. That's a very good thing.
Yeah. So go get tested. Research different windows for different kinds of tests. Also get tested for chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, those things as well. Ask for a full panel. If you can afford to go get tested and pay for it, you can get tested faster, or maybe your health insurance covers certain things. And there are free clinics available. You can go to my website, readaboutsex.com, click on any of the articles, and then in the sidebar, there's a thing that the CDC has set up where you can find free testing clinics in your zip code. Or go to cdc.gov and maybe do a search for STI by zip code or something like that, or free clinic zip code, and it'll probably pop up. I could be wrong, but the CDC has a great website for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much for asking. We hope this helped.
Good luck.